If you got $1 billion and every day you live with a primary set of emotions of being pissed off and frustrated, then the quality of your life is called pissed off and frustrated. It doesn't matter if you have $1 billion. If you have 2 beautiful children and a lover, a husband, a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend that you adore and adores you, but you worry all the time, then your life is called worry. You don't experience the love. Our experience of life has nothing to do with the amount of money. Don't get me wrong, I've done very well financially and I'm grateful. I grew up without any. But honestly, I thought that my parents were miserable and I had 4 different fathers because we didn't have any money. But as an adult, now looking back, you could have had tons of money and the same thing would have happened. Because money doesn't change people. It magnifies who you are. If you're mean, you have more to be mean with. If you're kind, you have more to give. It's literally that simple. It's a magnification device. It doesn't change anything. I know I've asked people before around the world, I'll say, what's the best thing that ever happened to you? I ask a big group, like 20,000 people, 30,000 people. I did a football stadium, 40,000 people. Out of 40,000 people, number one dominant answer was to win the lottery. Best thing that ever happened in their life. And then I asked people, what's the worst thing that happened? You get a bunch of answers. The number one answer is become a quadriplegic or paraplegic. Makes sense on the surface at least, right? But you know what? They've done studies. And in the studies, they follow it 3 years after the impact, meaning whether you won the lottery or you became a paraplegic or quadriplegic. And which one do you think is happier 3 years later? Take a wild guess, quick. Which one? This guy says the lottery person. I heard a bunch of people say no, he wouldn't have said it that way unless he was hinting to the fact that clearly the person who is a quadriplegic is happier. Whichever answer you gave me, you're wrong. This woman is right. Neither one was happier. They went back to the same level of happiness they had 3 years before any of this happened. The lottery winner person is just as unhappy as they were before because everybody wants something from them. The person, by the way, this is if drugs are not involved. If drugs are involved, then they're unhappy. But the bottom line is, the person who's a quadriplegic or paraplegic, they move a finger and they're excited. The things that you take for granted right now that would make you euphoric if they were taken from you, like your sight, or the movement of your hands, or the ability to breathe unassisted, or the ability to walk outside and take a breath and smell the air. All this shit we take for granted. So we have an immune system, an emotional immune system. Most people get back to their basic level of happiness, which usually isn't much for most people. So today I have a goal. Happiness is a power. Happiness is a skill. Happiness is a gift. Happiness is not something you will get from the outside world. Happiness you gotta be able to have in the middle of COVID and still find it, or you won't find it when there's no COVID. You think you will for a moment, you'll be excited. That being excited is not the same as sustaining happiness. Happy people live longer. Happy people have better relationships. Happy people have more fun to be around. But most people aren't very happy because they think the world has to be a certain way before they can be happy.